Hello everyone, it's Justine. Welcome to Stationery by Justine, where when I craft, the world stands still. So today I get to make 8 different cards with the Spring Delight card kit. It's one of the quick and easy ones from Spellbinders, and this is for February 2023. So I've really enjoyed kind of unpacking this, and I unpacked this whole card kit in my video called Spring Delight Unboxing. So if you haven't checked that out and you're interested to see what comes in the kit, go ahead and watch that video and then come on back here, or not, you can just go ahead and watch this and discover what was in the kit by what I make. But I will say I have planned out 16 cards here, 8 today and 8 more another day. I think maybe on Sunday I'll post that second one, but anyway, either way, I will just say there's a lot left over, and I know people have mixed feelings about the new style of card kits, of the amount of paper or the lack of stamps and dies, but I will just say, even after making the 16 cards that I have planned here, I have a ton left over. So I like the new style. I definitely miss the stamp section, but there's usually an add-on. At least that's what's kind of been shown in January here, and there's an add-on for the stitched die for this month, I believe. And you know, you can kind of mix and match some of the club items. So even though I kind of miss the stamp set for the card kit, there is other stamp sets that will coordinate. And I don't know about you, but I'm kind of at this point where when I go through a card kit and I'm looking for a sentiment, I'm going to pull from the sticker packs like this, or pull from any of the die cut images that come in the quick and easy kit and just kind of work with those. They typically are very generous with the amount that they give us, so I found that so far that's been working out. And I have a lot of stamp sets already. So if there was a stamped saying that I was kind of looking for, like happy anniversary or happy Father's Day, something kind of out of the ordinary, not just your typical, happy birthday or congratulations stamp, I would just pull from a different stamp set that I already have in my stash. So even though I miss it, I'm going to be fine. We're going to live without it. Now, I will just say that the kits, like most card kits from most companies, they've been designed to have the colors coordinate and have, similar objects. This card's obviously featuring like the lemon vibe, if you will. So it just kind of all coordinates together. So in this one, I don't think I'm going to add any of the sequins, but anytime a card kit comes with sequins or gems, I usually try to have them right here. Same with the foam squares, because if I don't have them like right in front of me, I'm not going to use them, because I'm just kind of a one-track mind kind of gal. So those will be used soon, I'm sure. Maybe on my next card. I'm looking over at it and it kind of has a green feeling, so let's just go into this one. I absolutely love the pattern paper here. I think it is so delicate and beautiful. And you guys, if you haven't seen the 3D embossing folder for February, this is one of the areas on it. I have it right here. But look how pretty this is. It's just like bold, but also it works really well for backgrounds. I just love this one. And the 3D effect is, it's kind of enough to pair with the pattern paper and have some interest there, but not take away from the beauty of the pattern paper behind it. So I am really liking using embossing folders recently. Now this one, I wasn't quite sure of my arrangement, but I did just pull things that looked similar and kind of match this green tone that I have going from the pattern paper. And I have gotten comments either here on YouTube or on my Facebook group that I run of, how in the world do you put different pieces together, especially regarding the die cuts. And I am planning on doing some kind of a video that shows my process, but it is so lengthy that I really don't know how I would film that. I would love to share that with you because I know that it's definitely something people are interested in, but I'm not sure how I'm going to film that. So I will think about it and try it maybe for March, but I just will say, without filming it right now, I will tell you that when I am planning out cards, especially using, these little chipboard pieces or stickers that come in the kit, or even the die cuts, I try to just put things together that are the same color or the same design element. So this one has flowers, like a bouquet of flowers. So I'm going to pull out the die cut piece that also has the same flower there because it matches. Then this heart that's light green matches this background paper. And this dark green heart kind of is a nod to the leaves here. Even though it doesn't match this stem perfectly, it just kind of coordinates. Same with this sticker, my Happy Places with You, that matches the greens that I have going on here. And this white sticker, I used a scrap of this background paper and just layered it on. Instead of throwing it away, I am kind of adding another dimension to this card. And then these white butterflies are just, they can really go with a lot of things. So I just popped them on. And then the gold hearts kind of match the binding on this book and the string on the flowers. So again, I just kind of throw things together that are similar. So that's kind of it in a nutshell. But if you're really, really interested in how I go from just unboxing the kit to this, please comment on this video, and I suppose if there's really a lot of interest now, I will do it. Otherwise, I just am not sure. It's going to be a lot of filming and editing, and just to be frank with you, I don't know if you saw in January one of my videos, but when I'm planning out the cards like this, my desk is not pretty and neat like it is now for my assembly videos. There's paper scraps everywhere. I have die cut pieces everywhere. Things are in stacks and piles, and don't sneeze because everything's gonna go flying kind of a vibe. So it wouldn't be aesthetically pleasing to film, but who knows? Like I said, if there's the interest there, I will, but I don't know. I absolutely love these little butterflies. I think they're so delicate, and if they made this butterfly on a stamp set, I think I would stamp tons of them and use my brother's scan and cut and just have that just cut out tons of butterflies and put them everywhere because they are so pretty. And they're kind of like an embellishment because of the size. They're really not intrusive, and they're just dainty, I'll say. Now this card with the whole My Happy Places with You, Loving You is Easy, and then the book that says Good Times, I think that this might be kind of like a Valentine's card, maybe even an anniversary card. I'm not quite sure. But I'm definitely going to be at a craft fair early February for Valentine's Day, so I might bring this one to that craft fair. Time will tell. Now this one is so vibrant. I was really excited when I saw this big bold circle. You can kind of see that I've already used it twice, and this is only my third card. So I had to use it. because I love lemons and I love big pieces like this in the die cut shapes because they are just kind of statement pieces for cards and they're really easy to use. Now everything else you can kind of see has been attached because the flowers and the happy birthday banner were all stickers. And then this lemon piece here and then the big circle were die cut shapes. So I just kind of attached them as I was planning it, but you know, there's just a light stick behind there, so nothing too crazy. Then with my card base, I actually added this yellow cardstock that I'm pretty sure came in the kit, and I'm going to use this lemon paper, and I had it as a scrap from one of the other cards that I will be assembling here, and I think it's in this video, perhaps. Nope, it'll be in the next video. So instead of just using that one piece of paper and not enjoying the whole piece, I'm going to use this whole piece here. So I've layered that on with some white cardstock and just kind of creating a little bit of a yellow border on the bottom. As I was saying before, choosing things that coordinate is really easy with a card kit because if you look carefully, these pink flowers are in this circle. So to me, it makes sense that this would go together. And it's just another way to kind of coordinate the card kit together. Now that I have all of my die cut pieces together in this big piece, I'm going to add just a little liquid glue behind each little element just to stick it on. And some of these pieces were stickers, but I've been touching things and maneuvering things around, so I just want to make sure it's really going to stay, so I'm using that liquid glue. And I use Barely Art liquid glue, so I do have that linked in the description if you're interested in picking some up for yourself. I love the way that this one looks. How bold and pretty is this? This would be a perfect birthday card for a summer birthday or someone who really enjoys yellow. This birthday card actually reminds me of two of my students. Two of my kindergarten girls are just obsessed with yellow. So I know they would love this card, but perhaps that one's a bit mature for a kindergartner. With this card, I wanted to make sure that I was utilizing as much of the pattern paper that I could because now with the new quick and easy card kits, the pattern paper is definitely less than the old card kits that Spellbinders used to put out. So I just want to make sure that I'm using up my paper scraps in a meaningful way and a pretty way. So like I said before, I love this green cards. I love this green pattern paper, so I had to add it to another card. Plus this green matches this little coffee pot, and it also matches the green on this pancake plate. So we're going to put this right on the middle. Maybe I will lower or raise it. Let's see. Oh, I do have blue flowers to put behind here, so let's just attach those. And the reason why I chose these blue flowers is because there's a blue tray that's holding everything. Maybe I'll pop these up. No, I'm going to put these on the background. Anyway, there's that blue tray, and it just kind of coordinates. And as we know, Spellbinders is quite generous with the florals on their card kits, so gotta use them since they're there, you know? All right, we'll just stick this on. I'm going to kind of use the gingham on the pattern paper to kind of help me line up my piece here. I think I'm going to drop it down to maybe about here and just use that line that's already there to stick it on. So just to speak about the elements that are already on this card, I think the jam, lovely day, good morning, and the pancakes were all stickers. This little tray was a die cut shape, and then the blue flowers here were also die cut pieces. I'm gonna add just a little glue there since that looks like it was popping up. Then to add my little blue butterfly, which of course I just adore. Typically with butterflies, I like to add a little bit of foam squares behind the wings, but this one is so tiny that I'm just not going to even worry about it. Now, could I pull in sequins with this card? No. I don't like the way that the green looks with the pink. Maybe it's just my eye, but I'm just not, it just doesn't work for me. So maybe on another one. You know, I keep saying that, but we'll see. Okay, we have a flying butterfly. And that finishes off this card. I think this would be a really sweet card to add to maybe someone receiving breakfast in bed, maybe a Mother's Day card. I don't know, you could really write anything in the inside and make it work, but, you know, lovely day and the good morning kind of remind me of breakfast in bed. Moving right along with this card, I wanted to make sure that I was getting all the bang for my buck, if you will, with my pattern paper here. So I actually went ahead and cut this pattern paper. It was originally a 6x6 piece to a 4 by 5 1/4, because I like to have the border around my card. And then I took this piece that's kind of that pill shape, and I forgot to mention it before, but I used that same die on this card with this, I need to come up with a better word, pill, we'll just call it elongated oval. And that die is from the large die of the month. So I'll just pop a picture on the screen here. And I thought that it would be kind of fun to add that piece of the elongated oval from this sunny paper onto my next card. So hang on, that piece is going to be on my next card, and here it's going to be perfect for a little window for a scene card that I am going to build with this one. So I saw the house here when I was doing my unboxing, and I knew that that would be perfect to add to a scene card because it is, well, first a house and it is large. So I thought, that should be used for maybe a little welcome to the neighborhood kind of card, or buying your first house, or we moved, here's our new address kind of a card. So that's kind of what I was going for with this one. And then when I saw the tree and the light post, you know, it all kind of coordinates. As I was playing around with the layout for this card, I decided to turn the card to be a horizontal card instead of a vertical card, or I guess it's more of a landscape than a portrait. And just because I did this, just because I wanted to make sure that the tree and the light post could get in there without overcrowding the scene as a whole. And I'm kind of breaking some of the rules that I have in my head about scene building on cards, but I am just going to go with it and just kind of stretch my brain, because typically when I make a scene card, I like to have a ground. And now this house appears to kind of be floating. So ideally I'd like that to go down, but it's glued on, so there's no going back here. And I suppose another thing that I could do if I didn't want the house to be directly on this line here is I could take a scrap of pattern paper to create a ground, but such is life, and we're just gonna keep it moving because it's glued and it's not coming up. So that's life. So this sticker today is filled with joy. I matted on to some bright yellow cardstock. That cardstock came in the kit, so I thought, why not add it on with this one, especially with the pretty sun paper. It just kind of made sense to have another pop of yellow. Speaking of a pop of yellow, I have these little flowers that were die cut, and now I'm going to use some of my foam squares here and just give it a little dimension. If I have not mentioned, I haven't mentioned today that I love reverse tweezers. If you've watched a few of my videos, you know that. And now I have some from Spellbinders, and these are good. I really, really enjoy the fact that you can just have this hold something, and you could, like, this is, you can shake it pretty hard. It's not coming off. I mean, it's pretty great. Now, will these work with this card? I think they will, because there's green on here and it's the appropriate color green. So these are, I suppose, technically sequins, but they do not have the hole in the center. So my brain kind of wants to call them smooth discs, but they are not smooth, but they are a disc. So maybe we'll call them sequin discs. I don't know. But when I'm going to add these on, the glue is going to show through, but the liquid, Barely Art liquid glue does dry clear. So once that dries, it won't be as white, and it will be the sparkly sequin that it was made to be. And just like that, we're moving on to card number 6. So here's that elongated oval that I was speaking about earlier, and now I'm going to pull in some pink cardstock that I have used just the regular embossing folder on for this month. And this is going to be in lieu of pattern paper. And this, I'm pretty sure, is called hydrangea. I'm going to be kicking myself later because I should know this, but it is the hydrangea pattern embossing folder. I will have that linked in the description, as well as the 3D one, because it's a little easier to find than just the website. But because they are supplying us with less pattern paper in the card kits, I am trying to create different ways to make that pattern paper go a little bit farther. So here we are with some embossed backgrounds. Adding this little elongated oval, even though it's sun patterned, it will be my background. The elements that I'm adding onto this card really reminded me of the indoor garden theme that they had last month. So I chose to add a whole bunch of these plants and kind of create a little indoor scene. So these plants are quite sweet. I'm going to layer up some of these pieces to kind of create that indoor scene, even though I can't imagine someone having this many plants inside, because if I did, I would probably let them die because I would forget to water them. But I'm sure someone out there has a pretty house like this and has a whole bunch of plants. But I was really into succulents 2 years ago because I had all of these little nodes and the babies, and slowly I kind of propagated them, and then I forgot about them in my window, and a lot of them died. Some of them came back after I added water, but you know, such is life. So maybe I'll try again this summer and see. I think that the words on there kind of coordinate together, and the colors coordinate with all of the other pieces that I have on this card, with the greens from the plant and the pinks from the die cut pieces and the cardstock. And lastly, I'm going to add this sweet little butterfly. Oh, I'd love to put one of these on the, oh, I'm going to put it down here, right on this pot. Oh, I love that. All right. Oh, that's 6. I need to add another one. I like to work in odd numbers just because I think it looks better to your brain. Now, this card was one of those cards where, like I said at the beginning of the video, use things from the kit that are of the same color, and it will make a really pretty card. So I used inspiration from this big piece here that is Open Your Heart to Life's Possibilities, because that had pink and blue on it, which are just 2 cute colors. And then I grabbed this pattern paper that had the little pink swigs going on it, and I know some people might say that this paper is supposed to go this way because the swags hang down, but I really think that it's fine this way, so I'm going with it. Anyway, I added this sticker onto some blue cardstock that I had and just kind of layered that on. So the sticker had a little more oomph to it and it wasn't just a sticker. Add on these strawberries that are die cut pieces and just nestle them on the top. And that just kind of creates the cluster or the collage element to this card. I know that some people, when they do card kits, they're really into the collaging look and they'll kind of mix and match really anything from the card kit. I typically prefer to kind of have things that coordinate or make sense together, I guess. And to me, having a bug and a piece of fruit makes sense to me. So that's why I added that little ladybug there and not, I guess, like the orange or the yellow chair from this card. To me, wouldn't coordinate with the strawberries per se because there's really no pink in this at all. It's that light peachy pink, and this is more of that fuchsia pink. Now, I'm really not going to add a whole lot of glue behind these strawberries because I kind of want them to be kind of more live looking than just paper. So I'm going to add this white blue strawberry here to kind of go with the other ones. And then I'm going to put this other sticker that I matted on some pink pattern paper and then blue cardstock underneath the other one. Never seen a blue leaf before, but you know, who knows? There's a lot of odd things out there in the world, so maybe I just am not aware of it. But I think it's just the color design choice from whoever designed this kit to have things coordinate, which I am all about. Then I have the 2 chipboard stickers. So I've touched them a lot, so they're not as sticky anymore. So I just added some glue behind there. I think in general, the chipboard stickers from Spellbinders aren't extremely sticky anyway, even if you just take them off of the sticker paper. So just use glue if you're not wanting it to pop off, I would just say. But there are other stickers that come in the sticker books or the sticker sheets or the puffy sentiment stickers are very sticky, so I wouldn't worry about those at all. I don't think I'm going to add sequins to this card because where I would put sequins if I could is on the pink paper just to kind of spread out the whole design, and the green isn't really doing it for me on the pink, so we'll just have to pass on those for this card, which is fine. Now for my last card for this video, I'm going to be creating a whole nother scene. So when I unboxed the card kit, I first saw a couple of these little animals and I thought, how cute. And when I was a little girl, I just loved kitties, and this is the epitome of adorable little kitty. So we're going to use the cat and I'm also going to add this frog because how adorable. He's even got some foiling on his back, which is so sweet. I also used the embossing folder on the back for this one as well. Unfortunately, most of it is getting covered up, but the texture is still there on the edges. Now, if you've watched some of my videos, you know I love black, so I just had to pull in some black to one of my cards here just to add that kind of dark element with the pinwheels having the dark center. It just really helps the light colors pop, and I like black. I don't know how else to say it, I guess. Okay, the little frog's gonna sit by the cat, maybe over here. Sit right there. And then I have these 2 pinwheels that are chipboard pinwheels, and we're gonna put those right next to the cat, and a little's gonna stick off the edge, which is fine because my tree is, and so is my pink one, so that is just fine. Okay, now I'm going to add my chipboard piece here, and you can see on the back I used that pattern paper looking back on it, I wish I would have just flipped that over and used that side, but you know what? It's life. And at least I have a white background for my piece now, so that's okay. Okay, and now if you can see on this green pattern paper, there is a light gingham look, and I'm going to use some of those lines there to help make sure my sentiment is straight. So I think that that'll do it. Lastly, I am going to add on my butterflies, and that will finish up this card. Okay, let's take a look at all 8 of my cards here. Oh boy, I definitely was a little bit chatty with this set of 8 cards. So I think for my number 2 video, I will be a little less chatty and probably do some fast forwarding. So maybe this could be a great opportunity to tell me if you prefer the chatty longer videos like this one, or do you prefer just a quick sped up version of the cards? I'm just curious, I guess. Sometimes I think I just start talking, and like I said before, when I craft, the world stands still and the clocks really don't exist anymore in my brain, so we're just here crafting. So anyway, let me know, do you prefer long or short videos? Anyway, here's a look at all of my cards. I really hope that you've enjoyed them. If you have a favorite, I'd love to know in the comments. Looking at this set, I love the lemons, but I think my favorite would have to be this green card because I think it just looks very sweet and delicate. So that's what I'm going with. Anyway, thank you again for watching, and I hope to see you in video number 2, which will be a little less chatty patty. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.